Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Anisa, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, ring the bell. Everything I will link to will be linked to down below in the description. Also, my social medias will be linked down below in the description with my link tree, and let's get right into the video. So I'm going to start off by cleansing her nails with some alcohol. It's just rubbing alcohol, and then after that I'm going to be using my 180 grit sanding band and removing the shine from her natural nail, as well as pushing her cuticles back using the sanding band. Now that I'm done removing the shine from the natural nail, I'm going to go ahead and dust the nails off. And now I'm going to cleanse it with some alcohol. And after this, it's time to glue on the tips. So you want to make sure they're from sidewall to sidewall. And meaning they're not too small or they're not too big. If they're too big, go ahead and file it down on the sides a little bit. And then make sure it's glued on properly. You don't want to use too much glue or too little glue. And it's pretty much the same process for all of them. I did do her index finger. I filed it a little too much on the sides before gluing it on. So I went ahead and removed it with some acetone and like a little cotton ball. So after that, I will be gluing that nail on after I'm done with all the rest. And then after that, it's time to cut them to her desired length. These tips, I don't have a link to these, but they are, I was checking if she had like a crack there, but it was only on the free edge. But these are just regular stiletto tips that you can buy from literally anywhere. They shouldn't be any more than like $7 to $14. So yes, now I'm gonna cut her nails to her desired length. We do end up going a little bit shorter than this, which is very rare for her. Now that I'm done cutting the thumb, after I cut the other hand, I'm going to go ahead and match them up. It's been a while since you guys have seen me do this on camera. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys see what I'm doing. And you just want to match them from cuticle to cuticle and make sure that they're even. So now that I'm done with the pinky, I'm going to go in and blend in the tip to the natural nail. So the only thing you want to do is make sure you're staying on the tip only and do not touch the natural nail, and do not leave your drill in one spot for too long or it will cause friction and it will burn. And I just put the nut like Lucy file down and I didn't remember what it was. So I'm going ahead and using this file just for this part. And this is just making sure there's no tip on the sidewalls and just straightening everything out because this is already the shape that we want. And now I'm going in and straightening up the free edge just because it helps me get a better estimate of, you know, where we are. You don't want to apply the acrylic to a bumbly, like wonky tip, because it's just going to continue to be wonky the entire time and you're going to have to do even more shaping. So now that I'm done filing the free edge, I'm going to go ahead and dust the nails off again and then do the whole alcohol thing again. And then after that, it's time for, well, I decided to wipe it with an alcohol wipe for whatever reason. It's just a lint-free wipe and then some alcohol, but it's the same thing. After that, it's time for primer and dehydrator. So this is just Mia Secret dehydrant. I'm going to be using the Mia Secret Ultra Bronze Primer. You can get these off of Amazon. They will be linked down below in the description. So now I'm done using my Ultra Bond Mini Sticker Primer on this hand, and I'm going to go ahead and add a thin clear layer to every single nail, just because it's a lot quicker for me to do it this way, and I can kind of take my time with really focusing on building out the nails. Plus, I still have to prime the other hand again. So yes, just a thin clear base layer so I can move on to the other hand and do the same thing to that hand. Then after that, I'll be building the nails out with clear. So let me tell you what I'm using really quick. I'm using the Blue Shop towels. I went ahead and bought some more, but y'all want to know what's really funny? So I knew I had more. When I said I have more, I just can't find it. I literally just couldn't find it. And so I turn around, like I bought more by this point. So I bought some, they came, that's why I'm using it in this video. So I go ahead and I turn around. So I went ahead and did the clear base layer on the other hand and all that. Now I'm building up the nails, but I went ahead and turned around and I found, like, I looked my entire room for the blue paper towels and I couldn't find any before I bought some more. And I find a blue paper towel roll. So I literally had one more roll and I just didn't know where it was. Even though I searched my entire room, it really annoyed me. And I was really like, wow, you really looked for a week. It took you 3 weeks to buy more and you had more right then and there. And you used those bad paper towels and you didn't have to. Ugh, it's a mess. But I was starting to do the 2-bead method, but then some areas were looking a little bit, mainly the tip area was looking a little bit flat. The apex and all that stuff was fine. But it was just the tip, it was just a little bit flat, and then there was missing some in the middle right there. So I primarily just filled in the area that needs to be filled in and then took the rest off of the nail because it didn't need to be there because it was already built up. I was just filling stuff in. And this is JC Beauty Concepts Clear, JC Beauty Concepts Monomer. The thing that's underneath the Blue Shop towels is the little pink bibs from Amazon. And they don't hold monomer that well, so you can't really use it as like a paper towel or anything. You're better off by using like a bad paper towel, like the ones that I was using before, instead of using the pink thing on its own. But this one is in real time. You can see my brush is a lot slower, but this is exactly how I am. So I'm gonna let you guys watch, because this finger, even though it's my second finger, your first finger you have to get used to. So that's why I started on the pinky, because it's a lot smaller, so you're gonna be over with it quicker. But you guys, look at how I do this finger. I'll be back after I'm done. You guys, look at that. Like, it was just so good. I've gotten a lot better with my application. I really do believe that working with the when I say bad paper towels, it's bad for me because it just didn't really absorb the monomer. It didn't clean my brush that well, and I had to work with it a lot differently versus just some super absorbent paper towels like this, or the Viva paper towels. I've used pretty much every paper towel there is to use, and like I can work with them, but the Viva paper towels and these blue ones, they really work for me to make sure my brush stays clean. As you saw the first time I used the bad paper towels, my brush was crusty and I had to soak it for like a little while to get all the acrylic out. And then the more and more I used the bad paper towels, it just worked a lot better for me, and it really helped me adapt, and it helped me keep my nails a lot cleaner. And my brush after this set didn't have any acrylic in it at all, which is very surprising to me. Even with me like spreading out my bristles and all that, it still didn't get any acrylic trapped in there. So yes, using those bad paper towels did help a lot with my practicing and my powder to liquid to powder technically, but it's the same thing, liquid to powder ratio and all that type of stuff. So yes, unless you guys watch the thumb, because the thumb is pretty much my favorite finger at this point. Done with this hand, I do the same thing on the other hand. And after everything is dry, I'm going in and using a 80-100 grit Nut Like Lucy hand file, and I'm using my dust collector underneath, and I'm just gonna go in and make sure I regain my shape and crispen everything up, as well as if there's any lumps or bumps or anything like that, I'm going in and really just smoothing it out before I go in with the hand file, not the hand file, the e-file, and really smooth everything out. And I also like to round my sidewalls, I guess. I like to round it out just to make sure it has a natural look and it's not a box. Even though it's a square nail, I don't want it to be boxy on top and on the sides. Boxy just for the shape, not the whole thing. If that makes sense. But I went ahead and only used a sanding band for the flushing of this set for some reason. I just wanted to test it out, and it worked really, really well for me. I found a little piece of acrylic there. I went ahead and pulled it out. I followed it down a little bit, but I couldn't get all of it. So I was like, why don't I go ahead and use my nipper? And it works. All you do is you just flick that part up and nip it off, and then go ahead and file it to make sure everything is straight. And that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch me shape and smooth out the nail, go around the cuticle, seal around the cuticle, I should say. I just realized I should probably talk about why there hasn't been as many uploads as there usually is. So every time I'm not uploading is due to technical difficulties. This is the thumb, is my favorite finger. For whatever reason, thumbs are becoming my favorite, but it literally, I was having issues trying to because I edited it on my phone, right? But the video was still too long. It started out being like almost 2 hours, then I edited it down to like an hour and 53 minutes. Not 53, but like an hour and like something minutes, and that's not good enough for me. So I had to put it in my regular software on my computer, and it still didn't do what it was supposed to do. So I went ahead and dusted off the nails with a regular manicure brush, and now it's time to do the alcohol one to make sure all the dust is gone. But I tried to get it because in order for me to put on my computer, I have to send it to my iCloud. Okay, well, I put on my iCloud and it has to load a little bit because you're putting it from place to place. So I was like, what's going on here? And because it wasn't loading, nothing was working for me. And I was working at it for like 2 days, and I had updated my computer from Windows 10 to Windows 11. So I didn't know, because it's never done this before, because I've updated my computer before, but it never logged me out of iCloud. I've only logged myself out of iCloud. So I didn't check iCloud until like the day before I uploaded the video. So by the way, I'm going to be doing 2 coats of this color, which is the more brownie nude. And then I'm going to be doing 2 coats of the pinky nude, curing for 60 seconds in between each coat. And I'm going to show you what they are afterwards, but I'm pretty sure it's Sycamore Street and Orpheus. It's from a Born Pretty transparent nude gel polish collection. So yeah, I was just having a lot of technical difficulties. Then I uploaded the video, did the description, I did everything. But because remember, I had to re-edit it to condense the video a lot more, to make it just a little bit faster, just a couple seconds faster. And on iCloud, on iMovie, you can only do it up to 2 times the speed, and I just needed it to be a tiny bit faster. So I went ahead and did that, made it faster. And mind you, I was doing this pretty late at night when I did this, so I didn't remember that I didn't export the video to my computer. So I already had one in my computer, because in order for me to get the footage from there, I have to put it on my computer, for my iCloud to put it on my computer, and then go ahead and edit it, right? Oh, I messed up because I forgot to export it that night, because it takes like an hour and 40 minutes for me to export anything onto my computer from my software to my computer, so I can upload it to YouTube. So now here's the pinky color, and just 2 coats of this, 2 pretty thin ones, and it just makes these 2 colors very dynamic, and it turns it into a pinky brownie nude color instead of it just being like a pinky nude or a brownie nude. It kind of mixes the two, so that's why I go ahead and do it this way. Some people like to mix it wet, but then I have to do 2 coats of it anyways, because these are very transparent colors. So 3 coats will get you a little bit more opaque, but you're never going to be 100% opaque with these colors. So yes, all I'm doing is I'm trying to build up some opacity with this. But like I was saying, it was just very difficult for me to figure out what was going on. Then I uploaded the video, but I uploaded the wrong version of the video because, like I said, I didn't export it. So I had to go ahead and export it today, which is 2/12/2022, which is the day I uploaded the video, the real video. And here it is, Orpheus and Sycamore Street. And now I'm going in and wiping off the tacky layer. Everything has been cured by now. So now I'm using the Creation gel polish to make the fringes. And I went ahead and completed the other hand on another day because it was pretty late at night when we were doing this. So you're going to see me fail pretty miserably with this first hand. And then with the second hand, I'm going to do it completely differently, and it's gonna look way better, and it's gonna look way easier. And that's because I wasn't using like my brain when I was doing this. I was just kind of like, I was acting like I've never done it before. And I went ahead and used this color, not this color, but this gel, just to fill it in. And then I was like, why did I do that? And I just continued to use the brush from the gel polish, the Creation one. So Yeah, because this white, the gel polish white from Model 1s, because you have to use it so thin in such a small space, I was just making sure it was straight, but because you have to use it so thin in such a small space, it's just, it just was not opaque. So I had to go over it with the smaller brush to make it opaque. So yeah, I just went ahead and went in with the Creation gel polish through the rest of it because it was way more pigmented. And yeah, I finally got the video uploaded and did the, because even with the other video, it would not upload for whatever reason. It just was not loading, and I was wondering why, but that's because the video was like 50 something minutes instead of 30 something. So it makes a lot of a difference when you pay attention. But that was just a Macart brush, and I'm dipping it in acetone just because my alcohol, I noticed it's not drying as fast as it usually does for whatever reason. It feels like it's drying a lot slower, so I'm going ahead and just using some acetone. But I don't show you me doing all the fingers. I mainly show me doing the thumb, ring finger, and the pinky, and that's it. But I am curing this for 60 seconds. You could cure it for 30, but because this white is very, very, very opaque, I would be very careful with that and make sure you're curing like every direction, because it is a lot of it's a much thicker viscosity compared to the Model 1's gel paint, the white one gel polish, I should say. So yes, and here I am matching the fringes up to make sure that they're nice and even. I don't do this for every finger, but if I can clearly see that it's off, I'm gonna go ahead and see what's going on and try and match them as good as I possibly can. But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch. So that's where I've been trying to upload videos and it was just not working, so sorry about that. But I should be back in business and uploading way more. So the lighting is going to change because it's another day. This is what my regular room lighting looks like, by the way. I just forgot to turn the desk lamp on. Usually I have my light off though, because it is so yellow. But now you saw how I just went and did the little half shape, half the other shape, and then fill it in. And I started doing it for the other nails on this hand because it was a different day, and it just worked so much better. So I'm going to do the other thumb, and then after that I'll be using the acrylic creamery diamond top coat on every single finger but the ring finger, and I'll be curing it for 60 seconds. Again, I'm using the acrylic creamery top coat on every finger but the 2 ring fingers because I will be using the LGN or Lisette's Gel Nails bling. This is the clear and a B box. It comes half and half. And then I also have the Balm Nails heart shape. I used it in my previous tutorial, but I will be using it again, and I do let her pick which heart she wants, because there's more of like a diamondy heart with very sharp edges, and then there's more of a rounded heart, and I'm gonna let you guys see which one she picks. And I'll be using AB stones. Here she picked the more pointy looking heart, because at first she was really decisive, then she picked the pointy one. But we will be going in with AB stones because that's the one she chose, and I'm doing like a little bit of a swirl pattern with the heart in the middle. So I put the Macar rhinestone glue gel on, and then I'm not smoothing the gel out at all because I wanted it to be raised, but I just did the glue where I wanted the stones to be. I did it with the pattern, so you can see it more clearly, especially when I do the next nail, the other ring finger. You can see it a lot better, but you want to do the pattern with the Macar glue gel and then go over the entire nail with the top coat, but you don't want to smooth the gel part out because you're going to submerge and really sink your crystals into the little glue gel, the raised glue gel part, and that way you don't have to top coat again. That's just it. After this is done, that's it. And she hasn't lost any stones, and this has been working so far. And of course I did do it wrong the first time, and I do end up giving her the dotting tool so she can go ahead and move any crystal she wants or anything like that, and then she goes ahead and cures it when she's ready. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch and stay tuned for the after videos of this set. Also, I did apply cuticle oil, but I did apply it at a frame. So after I'm done with this part, that'll be the end of this part of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring the bell. Everything I link to will be linked to down below in the description. Don't forget to check me out on my socials, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.